Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to another recording session of Hearthstone. That's right, an actual proper recording session. I think today I've got a list of things to talk about. We've finally had a good week of news. So I think we can do this. This is going to be a little bit difficult. As we can see, we need 3 victories for Warlock and then 2 games with Warlock with Shaman, so that'll overlap, and then 3 with Priest. That shouldn't be too bad actually. And I believe this week is the first time ever for a single player brawl. Lay siege to Stormwind. The city starts with 1 health and goes up as you hit it. How much damage can you do? So I think we'll just go with the Warlock here. And let's see, I don't really want to do too much whenever. So it seems like this one is actually going to be a deck you want to build with just characters and nothing else. Very powerful characters, maybe. You may not even do anything. I'm thinking you may not even play cards. I have a full list here of things to talk about. So lots of stuff I want to get done with after I can figure out this deck. This is taking too long to build. Start brawl. So I've got my little whiteboard set up almost completely. I super glued a soap
versus
not soap dish holder, but a sponge holder I found. So it's just a city of Stormwind we're going against.
Your soul shall be mine.
So by super gluing that upside down, they put a catch thing, something that would right side up hold the sponge, is wide enough to hold the board to my stand. I probably want to put some cushioning on it so it might make a little less noise, and I do still have kind of an issue with it. It's not angled and right. I would thinking further about it, I think a articulated arm like the pop filter I have might be a much better system to it. So if I had figured something out like that, or just bought another pop filter and glued the board directly to it, that might have worked, although it wouldn't actually have in my case, because I know that articulated arm that they're using is not strong enough to hold the board up. And the board's not that heavy. Anyways, but the board is now full of things. So we can talk about that. But I do want to talk first about one thing that I didn't write down, is the Hearthstone deck tracker came out with a new update and a new updater. Gain the attack and health equal to Stormwind's attack. Well, Stormwind's attack increases over time. Interesting. So this goes up to 2, this goes up to 2. If I am not careful, I'm going to lose. Oh, I see what's happening here. I see this. So effectively what this means is if I can't get 1 damage on this guy, I'm gonna lose. If he can just bring about a random soldier each turn and then summon more. But it doesn't really make sense because look, I do this, I do this. So now I kill this guy, and then I win.
Job's done.
I didn't win. Okay. So apparently this seems like instead of a you're gonna win at a certain point, I think you just keep playing until, well, wouldn't it then become
I have big
the
plans.
truth that you could simply wait till he runs out of cards and then go toe on toe with him for that? Like, if I can control all his board to the point where he goes through 32 cards. Look, he had more cards than even you're allowed. Then, yeah.
Job's done.
Yeah. So he would draw more damage at the end. I suppose his little attack here would eventually cause trouble. Alright. My minions can't be reduced to below 1 health this turn. That's a nice one. If you're holding the dragon, +1 charge. So 1 here.
Soon.
There. I'm running out of time here. And that's enough. So the problem with this game, this tavern brawl, I mean, I like the concept here. This actually implies quite a lot. It implies that they may be getting rid of tavern brawls completely as just its own separate thing, and instead they're going to introduce them or reintroduce them as this extra path to earn gold and quests. Let's see, this.
For the life binder.
Suffer!
Man, it's taking... Why is it giving me a time limit when I'm not even playing against anybody? So, the problem now is his attack is getting higher and higher. Unless I had a slime that could destroy his weapon, then... If you're holding a minion with taunt, gain 1 durability. Let's see.
Suffer!
For the Dragon Queen.
So, like, I'm not really even playing right now. That's the problem here. It's not Hearthstone that I'm doing now. I'm just doing something very strange. It's like I almost have up to 30. And will that do anything? If you have 12 or less health. Let's see. Let's do this. What's that? So it's above 30 damage. Deal 4 damage if you have 12 or less. Health, deal 6 instead. Adjacent minions have +2 attack. But see, this guy is gonna like win. But then it gives me immunity and it kills him. So I did 32 damage in 9 turns with 12 minions killed. Yay. Those numbers don't mean anything. They're pointless. So let's just like try something really crazy here. Let's hop in and forfeit the game. Just immediately.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
And see if we can lose this at all.
Your soul shall be mine!
Or depending on how they hard-coded this. We'll take this and then we'll concede.
You win this time.
Congratulations. So it still gives you the congratulations screen, but it doesn't forfeit in that way. So then let's just take up in turn as a strategy and see.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Let's look here at just how much time it would take to end the turn. I'm not going to play any cards. And how long will it take before he can actually just win? So we'll start going over dialogue as I'm sitting here. No Man's Sky's first patch will bring features, balances, and content. In other words, No Man's Sky will be released completely unfinished. When you say things like features, balances, and content, you mean the game won't be finished. Which is kind of what I figured. I mean, with the delays, with this one person online alleged having already played and beaten the game in about 30 hours, with them begging people to not watch previews, with them now not even having given any preview codes to any reviewers. So, yeah, I wasn't really looking forward to No Man's Sky anyways, but that kind of, I mean, it's a pattern I am learning more and more about in video games, and it's been here for quite a while, about how they just have more and more often now relied on the patch system to fix things. For instance, what was the game that was released? Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. Also very broken, and they're saying we're going to patch it, and our first patch is going to fix all the things that were broken on the first initial release. And it's like, why didn't you have the game work when you sold it? Particularly Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. That was just a re-release of a very old game. They weren't even hyping that up. They released it in the hopes nobody would notice that it was broken. So there you go. 1 damage, 5 turns. And an incredibly easy way to get victories. An incredibly boring but easy way to get victories. Let's see. Let's now switch our Hearthstone deck tracker back and play something. So, yeah, the Hearthstone deck tracker updated, and in its update it said it this new update. And I'm like, okay, cool, new updater. It's gonna work a little bit better. And then it says, you click here to restart, and it will work. And I'm like, restart? What? You're gonna restart my entire computer to just install this little program? I can't do that. I've got other things running. I've got Hand of Fate paused right now. Well, not even paused. Well, yeah, I think it actually is paused. But it's in the middle of the game. I don't want to. I can't have my computer restart. I don't let my computer restart. It's just not something that happens. And I go, oh well, I guess I have to click it. There's no X button. There's no way to get around this. So I click it, and it just restarts the app. So don't use the phrase restart. They need to clearly call it like relaunch the app or something.
Why do you call?
Because restart should only mean your computer. Although technically reboot should only mean your computer, and restart should be open to the other thing. So maybe it's just my own personal problem. But that scared me crazy. For Rockstar, apparently, next news item, Rockstar apparently is working on something other than GTA Online, and it will be announced at some point. Okay. I mean, what can you really say about that other than okay? I mean, yeah, alright. Not really the most informative piece of information. You just learn it, and for me particularly, this helps me start to think about what the schedule is going to be next year. How my schedule works is very, very nebulous. It's like, what has been announced? Should I really believe what the release dates that have been announced? The answer to that is, of course, no. Don't believe what's the release dates that have been announced, because they're never accurate.
I will enjoy watching you die.
But it's the only number you have, so that kind of sucks too. But yeah, will I go and try and play GTA 5 or whatever the most recent one is, which I believe is 5? I think no. In fact, for a game that's that expansive and that open world, there is a significantly higher chance that I would never go back and play the previous ones. You can't even do GTA 1. It's not on Steam. So that's also an issue. Let's try this. I should have attacked first. It would have been much wiser to attack then play that card. But maybe I will play GTA 6 if it comes out late enough. The plan of course is to play all new games at some point in the future. Probably not next year in 2017. But if maybe this episode is actually airing in 2017, it's probably not, but it may be getting close. Let's see.
I will enjoy watching you die.
But yeah, maybe in 2018 I could start buying all the newest games,
Put this apple
depending
on your
on
head.
a lot of things. One of the things there is just income from this actual channel, which I am now 2 cents away from. So I imagine that it's not
The truth
far
is
off.
in here.
They'll start sending the check, but I bet starting to send the check for YouTube is gonna still take a ridiculously long amount of time. I would not be surprised if I don't see that first paycheck from YouTube like 6 months from now. They may try to get it out before the end of the year, but would not be surprised for a second if it's forever. I would be slightly surprised if I never saw it, but that would certainly have to be like a reevaluation. However, my situation hasn't changed. I'm still living with a disabled family member. I'm still not able to leave them alone. So going and getting a job anywhere else that would absolutely pay more still isn't an option. Let's go ahead and attack it.
I'll find it.
Pathetic to fight your own battles. Job's done.
So that's really the trick to doing a YouTube channel is working from home at some other job that really takes no time, or being in school, or for some other scenario, just not being able to get any other job, burger flipping or working at a grocery store or something would pay more than YouTube would. Maybe that's personally just my channel because I don't have any subscribers. We're up to 80 subscribers still, but it's not really what I want. I went to a website called Social Blade. They said I was a C+ channel, which is, you know what? Alright. C+ is good to start off with. It's not an F. It's passing. It's not a D. It's not an E. A D do E's? I've been out of school too long. Whenever you play a discard deal 4 damage. Let's see. Charge.
Dare summon me.
So I have 11. So I win.
A paltry task.
I'll
Nice.
find it.
Got lucky there. I changed my channel icon a little bit to just the R. I don't know what to do there, really. See, I guess the R is the best thing for Rydo. I mean, there's nothing else that is iconic. It's a very, very, very blank slate. Let's see what else. 3 priest victories. We may go through this a little fast, but no, we have enough for at least one more recording. We're playing ranked, trying to get up in ranked. Fahrenheit/Indigo Prophecy is coming to PS4, at least in Europe. That's part of my problem of watching Eurogamer, so or having that on my Twitter feed. So that's one game I've missed as far as my scheduling. To get back to scheduling, thought is it's just like
bring victory.
it's any re-release of an old game is a good excuse to play an old game. I'm not doing very good about playing games right now. I'm having fun with Hand of Fate and getting a decent amount of recordings here, although my recordings are still shorter now at 30 minutes, and I'm really not doing the greatest amount of progress. I'm losing ground, I'm not gaining ground. So I dropped the ball again on Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy. Part of that is simply that they didn't tell people, or I didn't see that information if they did tell people. Either one of those could equally be true. Ark
Is
Survival of
someone
the
injured?
Fittest was a mod for Ark Survival Evolved, which I'm not sure if I can't keep in my mind straight if
Face the
the...
light.
Here we go, we'll help you out a little bit.
Job's done.
So, I'm not sure if Ark Survival Evolved is actually a good game. I'm not sure if it's one of these games that is stealing assets or doing something else. So I'm not making any accusations there. It's just there's so many games on Steam and it's really hard to keep things straight. But the thing here is a mod was made. I don't know if it was made by the original thing. Called Survival of the Fittest. It was a free-to-play kind of just fighting version of the dinosaurs in the game and people. So it's like guns and dinosaurs all mixed together. It was just like the fighting part, and I don't think it was any of the Minecrafty survival part of it. Like, so that was kind of a weird split off in itself, but it makes sense if people just wanted to do a tournament kind of fight. I don't know if it had any tournament management things, but it's now being reintegrated into the main game. So it's gone from being free, this mod, to now only accessible by
Do you know the secret handshake?
Job's done.
purchasing the main game, which is very weird. So it's gone from free to pay, not free to play, free to pay. People that got it for free, I suppose, get to keep it forever. That would be more argument for me to install every free game at least once on Steam. That's made a lot of extra work though, and you'd have so many extra games that I'd have to categorize as just got it because it was free. And it really feels like a bait and switch technique. If it's the same company, if it was planned all along, and it's very difficult to prove that it was or wasn't planned all along, it's real difficult for this to not feel like they told you one thing, they offered you this one thing to get you in the door, and then they switched it for a pay thing. And video games are really bad in general doing bait and switch tactics, but not video games too. Advertisements in the newspaper for a lot of stores, it's like, oh, if you really want something in like a newspaper ad, and you go and you see it's there, they say it's there, and you go and they say it's sold out. It wasn't really sold out as much as it was a bait and switch. They had one at the store in the first place, nowhere near the amount that they'd wanted, and they'll get you in the store, and if you're not smart enough to turn around immediately once you find they're sold out of the one thing you actually walked, you'll walk around the store and you'll end up buying several other things. And that's their hope and that's their goal.
In the light's name.
So, the only industry that's not super bad about bait and switches is the automobile industry in the United States, which is so heavily regulated because they did do bait and switches so often that they won't get away with it. So they're very specifically saying we have one car at this price and you can have it. And it's still very bait and switching because even if that one car that they advertise is there, every single sleazy car salesman, and they're all sleazy, is going to try and upsell you and sell you a different car completely. I certainly know from personal experience that that's the case. I jokingly, I had way too much free time on my hand, jokingly went to a car lot, said, I want to look at this car. They wouldn't even give me a let me take a taste drive. They're like, how about you try this car? And instead, and I'm like, I don't even want to see that car. That's not the one I said. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm willing to buy what I want. It's just, you've...
My hand is too full.
Let's see.
Do you hear its call?
Are you my master?
I need Cthulhu to go up to 10.
Face the light.
I'm gonna lose here.
Listen closely.
See, if
Man, it's too
Cthulhu went
full.
up to 10, then I could play this, get 10 health. But now I'm gonna lose this turn. So yeah,
One
bait and
shot,
switch shenanigans, scams. On the other side of the scam argument, to stop a scam, Valve has stopped you, will now stop you from gifting a game if the person you gift it to gets banned in that game. So apparently, in the wide world of Valve's scams, there's one where a guy will buy like several copies of something, probably Counter-Strike Go, it would be my guess. Give it to, then gift that game to low-level accounts that don't matter. Those accounts will cheat and will get banned. And then the game will then, apparently, used to at least, revert back to that original gifting account, which kind of makes sense and is kind of overly nice. I mean, when you get down to banning, you're banning somebody, and they're just being banned always needs to be this. You are losing something you paid for, and you should be so mad that you got caught cheating that you never want to have any business with Valve ever again. And that's the way it has to be. And it's the same thing with Overwatch people being upset. In fact, for a very brief time there, I imagine the Overwatch people that got banned did attempt to do a DDoS on Hearthstone, and I couldn't log in for like an hour, and then it was fine. So that kind of fixed that. So yeah, just don't cheat and you won't have a problem. So now if you gift a game to somebody and they get banned, you can't gift that game anymore. So for most regular people, that means nothing. You almost certainly would never have more than one copy of a game, and so you wouldn't want to gift a game to somebody anyways. I don't think you may not have even been able to have two copies of a game. You may have had to purchase a game, gift it, then purchase a game and gift it. I don't even know how the thing works, and obviously they've figured out how it works now. The only thing that's slightly scary there is maybe it would get your original account banned in some way too, banned from gifting games at the very least, but it might just get you like banned in general, which is dangerous. So don't gift games to people you don't know, I would say, and don't trust. That's about all you really need to know about that, which isn't really too much of a big deal. I suppose the biggest issue here is if you had a family account and gave it to a family member who turned out to be untrustworthy, then you've got a huge issue there. But hopefully your family is trustworthy, or don't allow them access to your family account. Anywho, we made a decent amount of progress here. We just need 3 more priest things, and I am halfway through my list of things to talk about. So we can go one more recording. Sadly, we're not ever going really back to the 3 recordings per every 3 days issue. With the new solo adventure on its way, it's not available yet or anything. With that coming out almost in a week, I believe, unless I have got the wrong day, the wrong month. I know it was coming out the 11th, and we're a week away from the 11th, so, but maybe it was a month away. That would make more sense. But I may very well, I have to put all of that out extra, but maybe I'll do something different too. I don't know. If I run out of episodes, I'll just run out of episodes. I'm gonna run out of episodes of everything else way earlier than this. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. I hope that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.